You've probably seen it, maybe you're already using it, or your sales team mentioned about it once and you forgot, look it up. Either way, I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know about ContactOut before you sign up, integrate, or hand it to your team. We'll cover what it does, how the data holds up, the API, where you can integrate it into your stack, where it fits in, where it doesn't, and at the end, I'll show you alternatives that you can use based on your use case. ContactOut is mainly a contact data platform to find verified emails and phone numbers for professionals, primarily pulled from LinkedIn at scale, but they didn't stop there. They also have different set of products. Let's see together what they have. They have Chrome extension. You can search for any person email or phone number when you're on their LinkedIn profile. They have email campaigns, Gmail enrichment, cloud phone dialer, Google Sheets enrichment, API docs, different integrations, and as we talked, data enrichment. So they also provide company data along with their contact database. They serve two main audiences and they're very upfront about it. Sales team doing outbound prospecting and recruiters sourcing candidates. They claim a high data coverage across Europe, North America, South Asia, or Africa, and they provide 800 million people, 150 million personal emails, 200 million work emails, and 40 million company profiles. The original product and still the core of everything is their Chrome extension. Install it, open any LinkedIn profile, and the sidebar appears showing their email, phone, and other details or actions that you can do. What makes ContactOut interesting versus other tools is their coverage in personal email addresses. 150 million personal emails is a big number. Most competitors focus on only work emails like, first name, at companyname.com, but ContactOut goes after Gmail and similar accounts. Especially for recruiters, that's the exact point that is valuable. If someone is ignoring your emails, having their personal emails change the accusation. On the other hand, for sales, it's more situational, but still it exists. Now, let's go back to their dashboard for showing you the search portal. You can search by name, job title, and they support Boolean logic, so you can write down head of engineering or VP engineering, and it parses correctly. You can choose from advanced settings like related titles, current, past, or current or past. You can choose from seniority filters, job function, let's say that we are putting engineering here. You can choose from skills like Python, Salesforce maybe, years in current role or total years of experience. You can choose a location by city or country filters, let's say United States. You can specifically look for company filters, so employees in a specific company, or you can put company filters like company size, industry, and finally you can add exclude list if you already have a list of companies or people that you want to exclude, and add keywords for extra filters, and you'll get exact matches with phone numbers and history of that person. You see that, you can see more of what they do, their title matching. You can select the ones that you want to save, and ContactOut can save it for you in a list with the parameters that you want to include. When we move away from people search, you see that they have a company search as a separate portal. You can have filters like name, location, industry, company size, revenue, minimum and maximum, technologies, year founded. You can also use domain as a filter input or add keywords. Let's say that we are looking for companies in United States in biotechnology, and we want companies founded after 2010. You see that we have a list of results here, and each company result has a search decision makers button that immediately runs a people search filtered for that company. Find the account, one click, find the contacts. This is the flow that happens on their dashboard. You might not be only looking for a prospecting portal through the dashboard, I mean searching for contacts or companies, but you might have a list of companies or contacts to enrich. For these scenarios, ContactOut has a different tool that's called data enrichment. So if you have a list and need to fill it in, that's the enrichment side ContactOut provides as a separate portal. So you can choose between what kind of list you have. You can see the templates as well, so you can arrange your mapping, columns and lists according to that for a better result. And then choose between what you want to get: contact details, work emails, LinkedIn URL, or company data. And you can upload your list. It might be like LinkedIn URL in, full contact profile out, like name, email, phone, experience. Or you can put name plus company domain in and have work email out. It also has email in, LinkedIn profile out, and finally company domain in, company data out. Apart from the self-service enrichment options here, you can also submit your own enrichment requests. It will redirect you to a form. So ContactOut team can help you getting the file, the enriched file that you're actually looking for with the data types you are looking for. Let's say that you want full name, personal email, work email, job title and location, and not others. And you can also share that when you really need this data file, and their team will be helping you putting it together. When we look at the other data platforms, we see that they prioritize APIs, integrations, and MCP servers, but ContactOut has a different path. They also provide different tools inside of their data provider, which is campaigns for this side of the tool. So they have their own built-in email campaign tool. You can set up multi-setup sequences. You can set up templates and see open and reply rates tracking. AI email writer is on the higher plans, but it's also available to use. So you can build your list here. It's a full platform in that sense. Create a new campaign. You can choose between if you want to send an email, make a call, other task, or LinkedIn task. You can put together your content here, accounts that you need to, mailboxes that you will connect. So it's also work as a full email platform like Instantly or Lemlist. I'm not able to show it to you right now because I don't have any access and it's still in beta, but this one surprised me a lot. ContactOut launched their own cloud phone dialer. So the idea is that it's a browser-based VoIP, no hardware, and they support 170 countries. As per my researches about this dialer, their announcements and also explanation of this feature. So what it makes sense is that, let's say that you find a lead in the platform, like in here we do. So you can unlock their phone numbers, as you can see. So what it helps you is that you click on the phone number and it calls them. So it's useful because you still have the profile of that person open and you're also calling them on the behind. So you can write your notes more easily or write your follow-up emails after you put it down. So it's very useful if you're a dashboard user mainly and your works go in there a lot. So as I already shared, that ContactOut has a different direction when we compare to other data providers. They want the full sequence. Data, enrichment, email, call. It's even got more clear with their recent launch of phone dialer. So it can become a full-time, all-in-one platform for sales team or for anyone that wants the full sequence in one tool as a dashboard. Even this is the case that they focus on the dashboard side and they have different tools rather than just being a data platform. they still have the APIs available for anyone building on top of their data. They have different use cases for the API usage they list in their API dashboard. So you can, for example, use contact enrichment for turning LinkedIn URL to a full profile with email or phone number, or you can bulk process via CSV, as you already saw in the dashboard. So the idea is that they have everything on the ground available through API, but they also make it available on their dashboard for users they need it. They have search and prospecting, so you can query the full people database programmatically. There is even a pre-search count endpoint, so you can ask how many results match these filters before spending credits. They have company data, so you can enrich from domain, search companies, find decision makers at companies, or trigger enrichment automatically when a new account hits your CRM, which is also connected to CRM enrichment here. They have integrations with HubSpot, Salesforce, so you can use their documentation for connecting your CRM with their actions for CRM enrichment. They have lookalikes as well, so you can feed your best customers, and it surfaces similar companies and contacts. You're already familiar with it probably as you're in the Company Enrich YouTube page. And this is a very useful endpoint for ICP expansion, tab mapping, and reverse engineering your best customers. They also have sheets. I showed you in their tools, data enrichment tools. You can also connect with Google Sheets, and they have email verifications, so you can validate addresses before sending them, so you don't hurt your reputation. They have the full API references here as well, so any of your tech team can build on top of it. Before moving to evaluating their data quality and some alternative providers, let's go through their pricing, because it's also an important point to compare when it comes to the alternatives part. So we see that they have 4 different pricing packages, but also it took my attention the moment I got in is that they have a toggle between include or exclude US, UK data. So excluding US and UK data gives you 50% off. That means if you're mostly targeting US or UK prospects, which is most Western sales team, you are paying the full rate. It's transparent pricing, but it can be a surprise if you don't notice the toggle, because it differs a lot. So the free plan is just for hobby probably, because it gives you a very limited understanding or data, let's say. With the email package, $99 per month, and currently discounted for $25. So what you have is that unlimited emails, no phone numbers, and you have an export limit along with email campaigns and list builder. What I also realize is that they have 1 user per company limit for each of the plans. So it might require you to contact with the team for a second seat, because it's unclear at this moment. And with the next package, email plus phone, it comes to $199 and discounted to $49 per month. You have unlimited emails and phone numbers plus 600 exports per month. On top of the previous plan, you have AI email writer, data enrichment, the tools probably in the dashboard, and also, everything in the email plan. And with the team and API plan, which means that you require API, you have a high volume of needs for data, or you're building your own system and you want to put ContactOut behind it, it means that you need to contact with their sales team, because you will get an API access and a team organizational commitment. They require you to make it more enterprise deal. but they promise that they will have more data coverage, and you can also bulk license their profiles within their database. They also provide the integrations of Salesforce and ATS within this plan. Team management, as I said, for other plans, it's only one user per company. And also you'll have dedicated account manager for custom support. What I also realized is that if you remember from the previous reviews or if you're already a user of a different provider, most providers put their credit costs visible on their pricing. So you know that for what action, how many credits you will spend or how much it's going to cost you. For company enrichment, person profile enrichment, finding emails, you know the exact cost of it. But as ContactOut provides you with unlimited emails and phone numbers, it doesn't give you any kind of credit cost. They just have the packages and pricing packages. So this is the one thing that took my attention when I compare other data providers with ContactOut. All right, claims are one thing, and we also had a very quick walkthrough of ContactOut. But now let's look at the actual benchmark data for understanding their data quality, performance on company enrichment, and the files that return for their API calls. So, Company Enrich published a benchmark testing 6 providers, including ContactOut, on the same 349 company domains. Every provider got identical input. We measured find rate and data depth across 27 canonical files. Here is where ContactOut landed. The first one is find rate. They have a find rate of 53%, and that makes them 4th out of 6. Company Enrich led at 67.6%, Apple led 61.6%, People Data Labs at 60.2%, then ContactOut at 53%. Then it comes with Core Signal and Cross Data below 51%. The second one, average files returned per matched profile. They returned 11.5 out of 28, lowest of the 6 of the providers. Before that sound brutal, important contacts, ContactOut's core product is people and contact data. That said, if company enrichment is what you specifically need from them, the numbers are what they are. They do have specific strengths in this benchmark. They have a strength point of revenue filed with 45.6% fill rate. It's tied for the first with Cross Data ahead of Apollo and People Data Labs. And I mean, if revenue is a key file for you, or your ICP scoring or segmentation, ContactOut is actually a leader here with Cross Data. They also have a strength in follower count. They hit 51.6% with the highest of all 6 providers. So if you need LinkedIn follower or count as a signal for company size or reach, it's a good choice. What's missing entirely from their company API in this task, tech stack, for the sample batch of the domain inputs, they couldn't find any of the tech stack of any of the domains. Company phones, even if they are very strong at mobile phone numbers, they don't provide company phone numbers. And also social URLs beyond LinkedIn and organizational structure data. So, long story short, if you're evaluating ContactOut specifically as a company enrichment API, it's a mid-tier option for basic firmographics, strong on revenue and weak on depth. If you're evaluating it for contact data and people search, this benchmark doesn't measure that, and you'll need a separate evaluation. And when it comes to evaluating alternatives, you need to understand your needs very profoundly to choose a provider. So for ContactOut, if you need mobile phones, personal or work emails, you need a sequencer, you need a dialer, it can be a good option. I mean, ContactOut is a good option for you. But if you need company data coverage, company data depth, social URLs, agentic workflows. If you're building agentic workflows, you might need different providers for what you are doing. So the first thing that you need to do is understanding your workflow and data needs. When it comes to alternatives, you have options like Company Enrich, People Data Labs, Cross Data, and Core Signal. Each has its own strength points. For example, if you're building an agentic workflow in your AI agent, Company Enrich provides you with an MCP server and also a skill. So it's really easy to connect Company Enrich database and APIs into your AI agent so you can run it very quickly and profoundly. If you need company data, it calls it. If you want to enrich person data, it calls it. If you want work emails, it enriches. Or if you want to have a signal like workforce data, a specific department side growth signal, you can also use Company Enrich via your AI agent. Or if you need jobs API, you might choose between People Data Labs or Core Signal. Or if you need more specific like real-time web data that is a scraped data, you can also choose Cross Data. So it really depends on your use case. You need to understand it first and then find the provider that best fits what you need. So where all of these leave us, ContactOut is a perfect platform and data provider for especially personal email addresses. No one else has 150 million personal emails at this price point. For recruiters or anyone trying to reach people outside of LinkedIn, it's a good choice. And when we evaluate the platform mainly, we see that they have the all-in-one from search, enrichment, emails as well, and phones. So it's a good choice for anyone need the full sequence. And also their coverage in revenue data deserves an appreciation because it's also a hard data point. But where it falls short, company enrichment depth is weak if you specifically need that. No tech stack, no company phones, or high coverage of files in the API. I hope anyone exploring ContactOut or other data platforms found this video useful. I tried to walk through everything very quickly and also give you some ideas on how to choose a provider. You can choose between all the providers based on what you need. And if you have a specific case, already have a tool stack or any other provider that you use apart from the mentioned ones, I'm happy to hear in the comments. And also YouTube rules, don't forget to follow, like the video, and see you on the next one.